My name is Sam Robinson, and for my Sportsmed 3 project, I'm doing motion analysis for a layup and a jump shot in basketball. My athletes are Campbell Matthews and Avery Long. The goal for this program is to have proper mechanics for a layup and a jump shot, and I'm going to determine this by marking my athletes' faults and using form exercises to better their shots. Uh, so Cam is a sophomore and she is on the varsity girls basketball team. She plays a center, so a majority of her shots are taken from inside the key. She wants to perfect her shooting or her jump shot form so she can take mid-range shots to intensify her skill level. Avery is also a sophomore and on the varsity team. She plays a small forward and a power forward. A majority of her shots are taken from mid range and inside the key, and she wants to better her shooting form so she can have a higher shooting percentage. Proper techniques for a layup. So you want your leg to go up with your shooting arm, meaning if I was taking a right-handed layup, I would want my leg I would want the leg that's in the air to be my right leg because I'm shooting with my right arm or with my right hand. And then you want to shoot with one hand so you don't overpower the ball. You want to take off from the block because if you take off too early, you're jumping into your layup and it's going to feel awkward and you have a higher chance of missing it. You also don't want to take off too late because then you're way under the basket and it's going to be a way harder angle for you to get the ball in the net. So you want to take off right about the block so you get a good angle on the backboard. Proper footwork for a right-handed layup would be so you pick up your dribble and then you step with your right, you step with your left, and then you take off with your left. And then for the left side, it would you pick up your dribble, take a step with your left, take a step with your right, and then take off with your left, or take off with your right. And then for the jump shot, so you want to jump up, not forward. Jumping forward causes way more momentum on the ball, and it has a higher chance of you missing the shot. And jumping up gives it a better arc. You also want to hold your follow through, make sure you're not shooting double handed. You want to release at your forehead, again, to give your shot a better arc. You want to make an L with your elbow. You want your feet to be shoulder width apart so you have a good stance, and shooting with one hand. You don't want to shoot double hand because it puts a lot of force on the ball. And then you also don't want to have extra spin on the ball because it causes your shot. It has a higher chance of your shot not going in. So my baseline testing with Campbell, her right-handed layup is basically perfect. She uses the right footwork, goes off from the block, uses her right hand, and she's also shooting one-handed. And then her left layup is basically the same. Shoots with her left hand, left knee goes up with it, good footwork, takes off from the block, shoots one-handed. And then her jump shot, Cam doesn't take many jump shots because she's so tall, but Campbell jumps forward instead of jumping up. And that's her one flaw with her jump shot. So I made sure to help her work on that for her program. And then Avery's right-handed layup, basically same thing, perfect. But Avery does this little thing where she patters her feet right before she's about to take a layup. It's fine to do that because she's not traveling as long as she's still dribbling, but it does slow her down. So if she does have a fast break, it just gives the defense more time to catch up with her. Same thing with her left hand. Now, left hand layups, usually people take off with their right because they're so used to it because that's what you start out with if you're a right-handed shooter. Avery in this uses proper footwork and goes up with the right leg, but sometimes she uses the wrong leg. So I made sure to help her work on that. She also is doing the pitter-patter thing, so I made sure to help her work on that too. And then for her jump shot, Avery's jump shot is pretty good. She jumps up, has good arc on the ball, but she doesn't hold her follow-through. So I told her to start holding her follow-through a lot more. And then so for the program, I had them do 5 simple drills 4 times a week, either before or after our practices. I also tried to encourage them to use their or to work on their form during drills in practice. So we did it one hand shooting. So you don't have a guide hand with you, just getting proper form. And then you put your guide hand there, making sure you're not shooting double handed. Then full motion form shooting, you're basically shooting a jump shot but without jumping. And then Mike and Joe, it gives you good touch. It teaches you to use um, proper footwork for a layup. Uh, and then I had them do a run up layup. Again, teaches them good footwork for their layups. And so I had run up layups, five makes on each side. Mike and Joe 10 makes. One hand form shooting 30 makes. Form shooting 40 makes. Full motion form shooting 25 makes. Uh, one or the main thing with form shooting is that you just want to get a lot of reps in, so you just get it. So you just get the form down. And then end results. Campbell ended up jumping more up in her jump shot than she did out, which is great. And then Avery stopped doing her little pitter